are they doing? New neighbors moved in. Lots of weird noises coming from them. I don't know. It actually kind of reminds me of a movie from the 80s. Right here. The Burbs on Blu-ray from Show Factory. Review coming right up. Hey guys, gals, and everyone. Yes, as my intro says, I am reviewing The Burbs on Blu-ray from Show Factory. Can you believe that this is number 44? Number 44. Like, I thought this just started not too long ago. They're on 44 already? Man. Anyways, yeah, so I'm pretty sure most everyone knows what The Burbs is, I hope. Because if you don't, then you need to get yourself checked out. Because The Burbs is an awesome movie! I grew up watching The Burbs, and it's not a horror film. It has elements of a horror film, but it's definitely a dark comedy. That's what it is. It stars Tom Hanks. It also has Bruce Dern, who's been in some westerns. Carrie Fisher, who I think we can all know who she is. And it also has Corey Feldman in it. It's definitely an 80s movie. Premise behind it is they live in a cul-de-sac in like the suburbs, and there's this weird family that's moved in next door, and there's all these weird noises coming from the house, and you never see them. They don't take care of their lawn, and Tom Hanks' character and a few of the neighbors start to investigate, and one of the neighbors supposedly disappears, and they suspect that it's the weird neighbors that have done it. So then there's all these like hijinks that happen. What's cool about The Burbs is that it was written during a writer's strike. So the actual writer, which was, where is it on the back here? Dana Olson. Dana? Yeah, I guess. He was not able to be on the set during the writer's strike. So he was not able to be there to do any touch-ups, to do any line fixing or anything like that. So a lot of The Burbs is actually ad-libbed. It's a lot of improv comedy. So a lot of those funny scenes that you see in the movie is all just made up on the spot. So that's what kind of makes The Burbs kind of special. Like it's different from other kind of comedies of the time. I don't know. It's definitely one of my favorite Tom Hanks films from the 80s. Let's see, what else is there that I can talk about? So there was the writer's strike. The Blu-ray actually has a lot of, let me see here, it has the original work print, which includes deleted and extended scenes. And during the special features on the Blu-ray, which I'll talk about a little bit later, they definitely do show that the film went through a lot of kind of changes near the end. There was a director of photography on the film for a majority of it, and then I believe the writer's strike ended, so then they did a testing of it, and then they were like, oh no, we can actually rewrite the ending and make it a little more action-packed now, because there's no writer's strike and blah blah blah. So they reshot the ending, and they brought in a different director of photography who was originally going to do it, and they brought him in, and they were able to kind of make it a little more action-packed and over-the-top ending, which, it's pretty cool. You can actually see the alternate ending on the Blu-ray. Definitely a toned-down version of what we actually got. Definitely prefer the version they went with. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. It's just a really fun, dark comedy. But like I said, there was a little bit of horror elements with the whole family. They like live in the old, like in this old style. It was shot on a Universal backlot, so I believe it's the Monsters house that was used, and they live in that. So it's like a very recognizable house, and it's just like you don't know if they're like murderers or anything. And there's also like one of the creepy doctor who his introduction is hilarious. Oh my god, the entire scene when they go over to the house and Tom Hanks's character takes he takes the sardine on the pretzel and eats it. Oh my god, you could tell that like some of the actors were having to hold back from laughing, and a lot of that was just ad-lib stuff. So it's really cool. So obviously, I love the movie. For the Blu-ray, originally, and I have it right here, originally the Burbs, which is not open. Originally, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of blurry, but this was released on Arrow Video over in the UK. It is Region B locked. I wanted to kind of do a comparison. This one says that it was newly restored from the original film elements. Show Factory says that it is 2K scan from the interpositive. Once again, I'm not entirely sure what an interpositive is, but from what I've gathered online and from what watching it, I like I said, I haven't seen this version, but I've looked at photos online. It's hard to judge based on stills, but this version was really good looking. It was a really good transfer. A little bit of heavy grain at night times, but you know, it's typical of an 80s film. Definitely a very nice transfer, and what is excellent about the clarity on this is that one of the next door neighbor's wife looks smoking hot in 2K Blu-ray. As for let's compare. So this one has DTS HD Master Audio 2.0, and this one has original uncompressed 2.0 PCM. Both have the same, no problems with the audio. It's actually a very loud and clear audio track. This one includes, Shout Factory includes audio commentary with writer Dana Olson, moderated by author Callum Waddell. And this one is same audio commentary on this one. This one has There Goes the Neighborhood, The Making of the Burbs, which includes interviews with director Joe Dante, actors Corey Feldman, Courtney Gaines, Wendy Shaw, and more. And I believe Wendy Shaw is the really hot one, I believe. Yes. Yes, she is. And this one has the same one, There Goes the Neighborhood. It's about an hour and 10 minutes, so it's like a feature-length documentary. But if you already own the Arrow, it's the same. There is the alternate ending on the show, and I believe this one actually also has the alternate ending. Yes, it does. Original theatrical trailer. Original work print, including deleted and extended scenes. What did I see on the original work print cut of the film transferred by Joe Dante's personal copy? Includes deleted and alternate scenes. Yeah, same thing. Then there's also, which is really weird that they don't mention this. I guess maybe they lump it under and more, but that makes no sense. There's actually two. Oh, was it two? Whew, boy, might have to bring that up. I believe. Let me bring it up on my phone because there's actually new interviews on the show. There's a new interview with Joe Dante, and there is a new interview with the original director of photography. Let's see here. So interview with director Joe Dante runs about almost 19 minutes, like 18 minutes, a little bit and a half. He does kind of go over some of the stuff already in that feature-length documentary, but it's hard not to talk about things you've already talked about, right? He talks about the writer's strike. Then there's also a interview with a photographer, John Hoare, who was originally going to be the director of photography. Then they got someone else, which was, I believe, Robert Stevens. But then he actually came back to do some of the interior shots and the ending. And then that one runs about 11 minutes. And then there's an interview with film editor Marshall Harvey. That one runs about 10 minutes. Both the director of photography interview and the film editor interview, they kind of, well, mainly with the director of photography, they'll pop up, not really a question, but like, you know, your favorite shot, and then he'll talk about it and stuff like that. The film editor, he just kind of talks about editing the film and, just working with Joe Dante. And I believe, yes, that is it. That's actually it for the new special features on the Show Factory release. The Arrow release does include... it's really hard to, like, the way Arrow sometimes does their extra features, all huge, giant paragraphs. It's hard to break up. Tale of Two Burbs video featurette comparing the differences. So this one also obviously does have a few different special features that they couldn't get on the Show Factory release for some reason. And there's no new interview with, like, Tom Hanks, but I mean, I'm sure they tried. But, you know, he's a busy man, I guess. So this is the original, or the newly commissioned sleeve. Or, I guess, yeah, sleeve. And then we have, it's only one disc, Blu-ray. Then we have the original. Flipped around, Tom Hanks. There you go. Yeah, holding a spatula and a garden hose. Yep, so that's it. That is the Shout Select number 44 Blu-ray version of The Burbs. Honestly, if you don't own it already, definitely worth picking up. There's no reason why you wouldn't. I mean, it's an awesome movie. It's an awesome 80s gem. I used to actually live on a cul-de-sac before I moved out to the country, where it's kind of easier to hide a dead body. And they capture the life perfectly of living on a cul-de-sac, because your neighbor, everyone peeks in on their neighbors. I'm pretty sure I had a stripper that lived next door. I was definitely peeking in on that. Do not tell my wife. We saw them have sex one time. It was weird. It was weird. Anyway, so yeah, they definitely capture. They capture it. And the whole film just takes place on that one street. So it's really cool. Yeah, so, I mean, if you already own the Arrow, there might be reasons to buy the Shout Factory, because there is a couple new features, and I'm sure the transfer, you know, might look a little better, but, you know, I'm sure the Arrow video release also looks pretty good as well. But, yeah, so I say definitely pick it up myself. No reason not to. Hearing some noises out there. Oh my god, is that a dead body? Oh, no. No, it's not a dead body. It is, it's actually just Corey Feldman's singing career.